All right, so this is lesson 9.4, which is calculating sector area and arc length based on the central angle. So quick reminder, arc length we learned yesterday, or in lesson 9.3, okay? And sector area we're learning today. So just know it will be a mix of the both. So quick recap of vocabulary. What is a sector? A sector is the portion of the circle's area enclosed by two radii and the arc between them. Okay, so just like yesterday, if we have a sector measure, that's referring to the degrees. So the measure of sector HCR is 60 degrees. So the measure of sector HCR is 60 degrees, which means the central angle is 60 degrees. Versus sector area refers to the actual area of that sector. So the area of sector HCR is 20 pi. So that means that the actual amount of space that that sector takes up is 4 pi. Okay? So the sector measure is the same as the measure of the central angle or the arc measure, right? Because we know the measure of arc HR is also 60 degrees. The area of the measure of sector HCR is also 60 degrees. Sector area is the actual area that's being taken up. With that being said, let's do these three problems together. Same exact process as yesterday. We're going to use proportions to solve. So we need to find the area of the shaded sector NTM. NTM. So that's this sector here. We need to solve for the actual area of that sector. Okay? So we need this. In order to do that, we need to know the proportion of the arc measure or the central angle. So we know that this is 270. So the measure of the central angle will be 360 minus 270. Oh, sorry, 240. So that is 120. This is 120 degrees. So we'll use our proportions. We know that 120 is the portion of 360 that is equivalent to this area, which we don't know, which is part of the entire area of the circle. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to reduce 120 divided by 360. That's 1/3. The area I need to solve for, pi times the radius, which is 15 squared. And 15 squared is 225. So we know the area is 225 pi. Okay, cross multiply. 3x equals 225 pi. Divide both sides by 3. And the area of sector NTM is 225 divided by 3. I'm going to do some long division real quick. 3 goes into 22 7 times. 3 goes into 15 5 times. So 75 pi centimeters squared. Again, we're just using proportions. Okay. Let's go ahead and do number 2 together. Okay, the area of the shaded sector is 12 pi. So it's telling us the area is 12 pi. We know that this is 12 pi. Find the area of the circle. Okay, so we know the proportion is 120 out of 360, and that's going to be equivalent to the part 12 pi of the entire area. Reduce, this is 1/3 equals 12 pi divided by a. cross multiply. A equals 3 times 12, which is 36 pi centimeters squared. We're finding the area, and there it is. Last one, then you'll do some practice on your own. The area of sector ACB is 4 centimeters. I'm going to pause and I'm going to draw a picture. ACB. The area of this is 4 pi. So we know the part, and ACB is 90 degrees. Angle ACB is 90 degrees. Find the circumference of the circle. Okay, so I know the part of the whole thing is equal to the part, which we know, of the whole area. Reduce. 9 divided by 36 is 1/4. Cross multiply. A equals 16 pi centimeters squared. Are we solving for the area? No. Okay. In order to find the circumference, we need 2 pi times r. So we need the radius. We know the area is 16 pi, and it's equal to pi r squared. So we're going to substitute 16 pi in for A. R squared. Divide both sides by pi. 16 equals r squared. Inverse operation, square root, which actually means plus or minus. Square root of 16 is 4. The radius is either positive 4 or negative 4. But since this is distance, we know the answer is positive 4. Substitute it into the circumference. The circumference is 8 pi centimeters. You need to review that to get a second look at it.